You know, life often throws us into these really challenging, dark and lonely times, moments that can feel like being trapped in a dead end, or as our source material for today puts it, a cave.
Yeah, those really tough spots.
And for this deep dive, we're taking a look at a really inspiring sermon message from Pastor Sung No of Praise Presbyterian Church. It focuses on Psalm 57 and this whole concept of the cave experience.
Right. And our mission today really is to pull out the insights from this message on, finding comfort and encouragement right in those moments.
I want to get through them.
Exactly. How to transform that despair into, genuine hope. And how this ancient wisdom applies today, sometimes in ways you wouldn't expect.
And it all starts with the backstory of Psalm 57, doesn't it? David's own cave experience, fleeing from King Saul. Mm-hmm. It seems like the absolute worst place, but it actually became this huge turning point for him. It's quite a paradox.
It really is.
So let's unpack David's situation. I mean, before the cave, he tried something desperate, right? He went to Gath.
Yeah, Gath. The land of his enemies, the Philistines, Goliath's hometown.
Unbelievable, really. And our source points out, he even pretended to be mad just to survive. Drooling, acting completely out of character. Just imagine that scene for a future king. So humbling.
It's such a powerful picture of desperation. And, connecting that to us, we're called children of God, royal priests, right? We have this identity,
right.
But we face our own pressures, money troubles, relationship struggles, maybe feeling like you have to hide your faith sometimes.
Sure.
So the question becomes, have you ever run to your own Gath? Tried to blend in, compromise, thinking, maybe that's where safety is.
It's definitely tempting.
Yeah.
But what's the downside? What does the source say happens when you go that route?
Well, that's the thing. Running to Gath, it doesn't actually protect you. It leads to shame. You lose sight of who you really are. And just this deeper emptiness. You essentially push God away, lose the joy of his grace. It's a false refuge.
Okay, so David figures this out. Gath isn't the answer. So he leaves and flees to the cave of Adullam. And the name itself means closed in, sealed off. Sounds like trading one bad spot for another, maybe even worse.
Totally sounds like a dead end.
But here's one of those twists you mentioned. This closed-in place, this cave, somehow becomes a refuge, a shelter. How does that even work?
It's amazing, isn't it? And look who shows up there with David. People in distress, people deep in debt, the bitter, the resentful, about 400 folks, all basically at rock bottom.
Wow. Quite the crowd.
And it points to this key idea. It's often when we hit our limits, when our own strength and plans just fall apart. That's when God steps in to establish us.
Okay.
Like 2 Corinthians 1:8-9 talks about losing hope in ourselves, so we rely on God who raises the dead. This cave experience, this time of feeling trapped, it's often a necessary path.
So you picture this cave.
Yeah.
Dark, damp, maybe dirty, cramped. Not exactly inviting.
Definitely not. Probably smells awful.
Yet our source says this is where God starts doing something incredible.
Yeah, and it's a pattern, Think about Joseph in prison, Moses in the wilderness for 40 years, Elijah in his cave, Jeremiah in a pit, Daniel with the lions, Jonah in the fish.
Right, all these cave experiences.
Exactly. They were all these intense times of limitation, but they were pivotal. They were training grounds, not just dead ends.
Okay, let's zoom in on Jonah then, because that's such a vivid picture. Our source connects his experience to David's, suggesting there are 4 key graces found in the cave.
That's right, 4 graces. First one, protection. Even in that fish, God provided safety for Jonah. It's unexpected protection. Second, meditation. The cave or the fish belly, it forces reflection. Self-examination, prayer. It's where you really encounter God because all the distractions are stripped away.
Makes sense.
Third is direction. When our own plans fail, like Jonah running away from Nineveh, God steps in and sets a new course. He guides us where we actually need to go.
Okay.
And fourth, resurrection. Coming out of that belly of death into new life, Jonah gets spit onto dry land, ready for his mission. And ultimately, this points to Jesus in the tomb, right? His resurrection is the ultimate sign of Jonah, victory over death itself.
That connection is powerful. So back to David in his actual cave in Psalm 57. He describes his reality. It's terrifying. Man-eating lions, teeth like spears and arrows, tongues like sharp swords. He feels like his life is over.
Absolutely desperate. But what does he do? What's the turning point?
Prayer.
Yes, that cry, have mercy on me, oh God, have mercy. It's not just venting, it's actively taking refuge under God's wings, saying, okay, I'm relying only on you now. Prayer is the real power here.
And then this incredible shift happens. David declares, "My heart is steadfast, O God, my heart is steadfast. I will sing and make music." I mean, talk about a change in tone.
It's amazing, that fixed heart. It pushes out fear. It allows a new song, even while he's still in the cave, right? The circumstances haven't necessarily changed yet.
Great.
Then he cries out, "Awake, my soul. Awake, harp and lyre. I will awaken the dawn." It's like he's commanding light into the darkness.
Wow, awaken the dawn.
Yeah. And that's why, the church often uses Psalm 57 around Easter. It's a resurrection psalm celebrating victory from the deepest cave.
So bringing this home,
Yeah.
what does it mean for someone listening right now? Maybe they're in their own cave. Financial stress, family issues, health problems, relationship breakdowns, just uncertainty.
Well, the core message from Pastor No's sermon is pretty clear. Don't run to Gath. Don't try to find security by compromising or blending in with things that pull you away from God.
Okay.
Instead, flee into the cave of God's presence. It feels like an end, but it's actually a new beginning. It's a place where God offers protection, rest, a space for focused prayer, and where he reveals his path forward. It leads to a resurrection morning, a new start.
And thinking back to David, that cave is where he was really shaped into a king. And those 400 distressed people, they became his mighty heroes. God started something new right there.
Absolutely. A whole new chapter began in that dark place. So your cave, your really tough time right now, it can genuinely be the starting point for God's amazing work in your life too.
That's encouraging.
And the person who finds refuge in God like that, they start to sing a different song. A song of peace, of joy that isn't dependent on everything outside being perfect. That desperate cry from the cave, it really does become a song of praise.
So a final thought to leave with everyone. What might it look like for you to be someone who awakens the dawn right from your current cave? How can you proclaim God's presence louder than your fears and bring his light into your home, your work, your church, your world?